I thought I had a song on my heart this morning. I do. The best part of waking up is BeMo in your blood. Was interesting. The Grammys wasn't spicy at all. Man, let me tell you something, man. I looked at all the Grammy results and I was hoping to see some fireworks. No. Because decorum is everything has to happen in place. Everything has to have order. It's full of shit. That's what that is. It's full of shit. The best part of waking up. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, what happened? I can't sing my song. Hey, BeMo, why you was late to work this morning? The best part of waking up. Hit the intro for me, sweetheart. Let's get it. Oh, I didn't give you the signal. That's my bad. I was supposed to give you the... Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to another episode of Awake and Bake with BeMo. Yeah. This is your Solution Baked podcast, which means we discover the problems happening within Black culture. We do the work of analysis and analyzing those problems and then coming up with solutions to those problems first thing in the morning over a freshly rolled joint. Think of us as like a Howard Stern meets Tom Joyner, but with some weed. You feel me? You feel me? Speaking of which, make sure we say good morning to our extraordinary producer, the love of my life, the lady of the house. Say good morning.
Oh, hey.
Not oh, hey. Yeah. Now, I say this every morning.
Thanks.
Niggas better say good morning, though. Okay? Because the 420 Fest is coming up.
Well, we already got a good morning from Drew.
Okay, good. Let them know it's proactively protecting Black women around here. I am your host, the cultural analyst, loudmouth BeMo. Welcome back to another episode of Awake and Bake with B. Yeah. Wake and Bake with BeMo. Yeah.
Was that your bass?
Yeah. We have a very, very interesting and enlightening episode for you this morning, but let's run through some of this morning's sponsors. We are always and proudly brought to you by the Washington Informer Bridge. For more black-ass stories from a very black-ass source, check out the newest issue of the Washington Informer Bridge on WIBridgeDC.com or at WIBridgeDC right here on Instagram. Speaking of Instagram, if you want to catch the full screen version of this morning show, head over to YouTube or to Twitter. We love you on Instagram, but we have things happening in these corners, in this corner, in that corner, in this corner. We like to maximize our screen. Feel like that's efficient for sustainability. And we're being brought to you by my good mans. Season 2 of What's Going On DMV. My man, the Media Prince. He's bringing us art and entertainment.
We bring you culture and taste, art and entertainment. We bring you history and politics. And we got all things DC. I even got you covered, Maryland and Virginia. Welcome to What's Going On, DC.
You know ya. Also this morning, we are being brought to you by, drum roll. Oh, wow. I did say drum roll. Why were you not ready? I'm never ready. Right. I am proud to present to you that on 420, Wednesday morning from 7 a.m., yes, A a.m. till noon will be the first, the inaugural, the debut, the initial 420 festival, the Wake and Bake Fest. That's right.
Hey.
We have come into fruition. It's going to be a crazy morning, okay?
Yeah.
Call your boss now. Hit your manager up about the schedule now, because it's about to go up. It's going up. We're starting 7 a.m. We'll start with Sunrise Yoga from a great friend of mine, Sinead Lewis. We're going to have a special edition of the Wake and Bake with BeMo podcast. We're going to have a rolling competition. When I was coming up at Howard, they would always pass me the weed and the Rello, and I apologize for rolling so many Rellos, but they would always pass me the weed and the Rello because they knew who the best roller of a blunt was this side of the Mississippi. It has always been me. So I am laying down the challenge. I double dog dare a nigga. I dare you to outroll me. You can't. Not these perfect blunts I be rolling over here, movie-looking blunts, perfect cylinders. Niggas still off the backwood. Anyway, we're having a rolling competition. We're also going to have a special rolling class for experts. Now, the lady in the house and I, we took this class. I just told you I'm the best roller this side of Mississippi. And we took this class, and I learned some very interesting ways of how you can taste your weed differently through rolling practices. So we're going to bring that to you. We're going to have interviews with experts, and then we're going to have a special performance by my main man, 200 grand.
Uh-oh, Tia talking a lot of shit.
Tia don't want to see me. Tia don't want to see. Big T, you don't want these problems, baby.
I don't know, sweetheart.
What you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
Oh, no. We got doubters in the house. Anyway, bring you and that big shit talking over to the 420 Fest, Wake and Bake Fest. The best part of waking up is BeMo in your blunt. Now let's get started with the show. We have some I have one more thing. I'm sorry. You got is the fly still up? Put the fly back up. Put the fly back up. Okay, now it's two ways. This is my first time saying this out loud, so excuse me if it's a little rough. It's two ways to get into the Wake and Bake Fest. Two ways. One way, I don't know if the people are ready for this. You could subscribe to the Wake and Bake with BeMo Patreon. You could subscribe today to the Wake and Bake with BeMo Patreon, patreon.com/BeMo Brown, or go to BeMoAuthentic.com/the rent. Put something in on the rent. All right. If it's above $10 or $10 or more, that's your ticket into Wake and Bake with BeMo Fest. All right. Or the Wake and Bake Fest, excuse me. Or you just buy a ticket. You feel me? You buy a $15 ticket, come with a pre-roll. You buy a $60 ticket, come with 2 pre-rolls, a t-shirt, a piece of chocolate, and a good-ass time at the Wake and Bake Fest. All right? So there are two ways you can get in. You can subscribe to the Wake and Bake with BeMo Patreon, or you can buy a ticket at Wake and Bake Fest. Either way, go to BeMoAuthentic.com. Check out all the options. See what you can do. And we hope to see you on the morning of 420. The morning of... I want to see who's going to be bold enough to see me at 7 o'clock in the morning and do some sunrise yoga. Who's going to be that nigga down enough? Who's going to be the Wake and Bake with BeMo night down enough to meet me there at 7:05? It might not even be the lady of the house. I might be honest with you. What happened? That's early. Shit. We have to leave here at like 6.
Yeah.
We staying there. Anyway, let's get to the show. But you know, you can always throw up that donate button if you do want to put in something right now. Also, you can go here to check out how to subscribe to our Patreon. Go to BeMoAuthentic.com/DARENT. Durant, put something on. Durant, it's the first of the month. I know y'all niggas got paid. Don't mean I run my niggas down like that. Anyway, rent is late today. Turn that shit in, my man. Save yourself a few $100s. All right, let's get to the show. We have 3 interesting topics that I want to share with you this morning. I want to talk about it hit different.
Okay.
Another thing I want to talk about this morning, I want to talk about how I want to embrace the sass. I feel like that's actually a very interesting conversation. But first, and maybe this will be a short topic. But first, I want to discuss something. Put my man face up there. because for the first time in my lifetime, I think I might be proud. I think I might be proud. Is his face up there?
Yeah.
Clarence Thomas might go down as the worst, objectively, the worst Supreme Court justice of all time. In American history, when we write down all the statistics, Clarence Thomas might be the worst Supreme Court justice of all time. Yeah. And I feel like that's the best thing he's done for blackness, is be extremely trash. So I hate to talk about sports because I feel like sports is alienating. But when you watch football, there's a stat called the QBR rating, right? It's a number that goes from 0 to 157.3. I don't know why. White men made it up, okay? It goes from 0 to 157.3, right? In football, in order to get a 0, you can't just have a bad game. You have to be spectacularly trash. Like, you can't just throw a couple of interceptions and that's it. No. You have to have attempted and made some some passes. You have to have had a touchdown, and you have to have lost some yards. Meaning, it's harder to get a 0 than it is to get a 50.
Damn.
It's harder to get a 0 than it is to get a 50. And what my man Clarence Thomas has done is he has earned a 0. The worst Supreme Court justice of all time. And it's a beautiful thing for blackness, because you know what that does? It drags up that contrast. You know what I'm saying? When we fixing the color on the screen, and we move the contrast all the way to the right, we get all the bright colors and all the low colors at one time, heavily saturated.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like blackness should be. We should have room to be spectacular failures like Clarence Thomas, but also be beacons of inspiration and progression like my man Barack Obama. I don't know if Barack Obama's progressive, but that's the person I'm going to choose right now. Yeah. Clarence Thomas, who's a Supreme Court justice no black person wanted, strike one. Wasn't Clarence Thomas appointed by Ronald Reagan?
Damn.
Strike two. Clarence Thomas been sexually harassing folks since he got into office and before. Strike three. Clarence Thomas is so bad for blackness that when we say Justice Clarence Thomas in a room of black folks, black people don't even blink. They're like, well, I'm not checking for that nigga. Fuck that nigga. That was 50, right? He was at a 50 there. Now it turns out that the Thomas family is also taking money from the conservative ops and not recusing themselves off the bench. My man Clarence Thomas is in one hand saying, yeah, I'll take that money from you conservative, and also voting or also using his judicial voice to say, let's go ahead and keep these laws the way it should be. Hey, wait. Right. Wait. You can't take money and then be a judge? Isn't that what, I mean?
Or at the very least, he can't get away with it because.
And now they're talking about impeaching a Supreme Court. I didn't even know you could do that.
Right.
I didn't know that you could impeach a Supreme Court justice. I damn near want to give Clarence Thomas the Paul Robeson Negro of the Week award. Damn near. Because this level of spectacular failure, it must be celebrated. Maybe niggas don't see what I see. But if we can fail, if we can hit absolute 0, and Clarence Thomas is respected, don't get it wrong. Yeah. Niggas, when he walk in the room, it's still Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. I might suck my teeth, but this nigga's still Supreme Court Justice, and he trash.
Both can be true.
Goals. Goals. I want to expand the limits of black folks. Now, I'm aiming for this way. I'm aiming to go up. But if I fail bad, oh, Lord. See me in Georgia, because it's going to be a spectacular failure. We got any comments? I'm going to keep it quick.
Not about Clarence Thomas.
We got some comments. What, somebody challenged me to a roll-off? Because you don't want these problems, Big T.
Tia and Universal Steph.
Nice.
Yeah. Tia said she's definitely the assigned roller of the friend group. She will outroll you, and I know because I smoked your blunts. And let's see, on YouTube, we got comments from Akila. And Drew said, I think The city of Dallas is setting up a trap. There's a 420 Munchies Fest happening here, but it's directly across the street from the Dallas Police headquarters.
Oh, man.
Oh, my damn nerves.
And it ain't going to be no weed in the Munchies. They going to get y'all on conspiracy to commit a crime.
Yeah, Keela said the best part of waking up is BeMo in your blunt.
Yeah. The best part of waking up is rolling time.
Okay.
All right, today's rolling time is being sponsored by, once again, our good people, my good friend Cheakaity. Got the music video out for Inaugural. We have been running I Want You for the last couple of weeks. I'm going to give them another week, but make sure y'all check this out. I already told you the Renaissance has started, okay? I already told you to get on the bandwagon. So when you see these visuals, don't act surprised. Don't act like, oh, I ain't know. BeMo, how come, why you ain't tell me? I don't understand. What? She say, I want you. All right. Well, play Jack's joint. So we'll be right back with more Waking. This is not Cheakaity, by the way. This is my man Jack Kilby from Crab Shack Music Studios. Okay? Check him out, crabshackmusic.com.
Oh, wait, my bad, sweetheart. I found Cheakaity.
Never mind. Here go Cheakaity. We'll be right back with more Wake and Bake with BeMo as I side-eye the lady of the house.
What you want me to do? There's like 20 million slides here, okay? All right.
I want you. 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 You. Nigga. I want you.
I really want you, babe. I really want you, babe. Sometimes I wonder why you gon' want me, babe. So won't you come my way? Fuck what your daddy say. Won't you bring it back? Won't you? Let me keep it say I want you, want you, want you, want you, want I want you, I want you, want you, want you, want you, want I want you, I want you, want you, want you, want you, want I want you, I want you, want you, want you, want you, want I want you, I want you.
I really want you, baby. So won't you want me, baby? Don't call it make believe. Just stay right here. You wanna hold it down. I got some time, baby. I want you bad. So won't you want me, baby?
I want you, want you, want you, want you.
I really
I want you, I want you, want you, want you, want you. I want you, I want you, want you, want you, want you. I want you, I want you, want you, want you, want you. I want you, I want you.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, what a great music video. Thank you, Cheakaity and the team for that. Thank you, JD Imani M and the team for that wonderful music video. You can always check them out on YouTube, Cheakaity, Cheakaity. Cheakaity, I Want You in There Morata video premiered about a month ago. Welcome back to Wake and Bake with BeMo. Yeah. Uh-oh, I missed that note. Yeah. Wait. Wake and Bake with BeMo. Yeah. All right, there we go. Man, I missed it. Anyway, this morning's blunt is being sponsored by the good people over at Street Lawyer Services DC. Okay, I don't know if y'all know this, but today is actually a pretty important day as it comes to the I-71 compliant shops in DC. Some of the folks over at the city council are trying to vote that these I-71 shops can be closed as soon as like tomorrow. So if you do have the chance, go over to Street Lawyer Services DC. They will tell you how to send a letter to your city councilman, how to write an email to the mayor, how to shoot that phone call so we can keep these I-71 shops in the city. The reason why that's important, and we've actually discussed this on the show before, when it comes to legal dispensaries in Washington, D.C., right? There is a bias on who is able to create these shops. And that bias is created systemically through finances. So in order to have a legal dispensary in the city, you have to have $1 million in cash on hand at all times.
That's wild.
Now, we know how the racial gap works, so we know that the people who are less likely to have that money, especially that money right here in Washington, D.C., we know how that works. But there still have been a couple of black dispensaries that have stuck out. I'm looking at Cannabis. I'm looking at Anacostia Holistic Health. I'm looking at y'all. I appreciate y'all. But for the other people, the I-71 shops, this is very much so the evolution of the weed man, right? The ability to gift out high-quality weed in an accessible way. Right? So if you have the chance, go over to Street Lawyer Services DC, go to any one of the I-71 shops that you probably visit already, see how you can support them today. See how we can change that law today. Or just go over to Street Lawyer Services and get you some good gas. All right? This morning we smoking on muffin. I ain't never had muffin before. You had muffin before?
No.
We never had muffin before. Let's give it a quick sniff. It's like lemon and pine. See what you got there. I got lemon, pine, and a little grapefruit, if you will.
It smells sweet to me.
You're not getting no lemon in there?
It's a little lemony. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It's like a fruity. Yeah.
Fruity
lemon.
Yeah, but it's not like fruit like apple.
No, it smells citrusy to me. Like it smells bright.
Let's give it a smoke. Let's give it a smoke and get back to the show.
Yeah.
All right. Matter of fact, while I'm lighting this up, play the first video.
Product not yet rated.
Sure that you know why, because this is forever. And there will be no surrender. Yeah. Come on, here we go. You know that this right is forever.
So for my people who on Instagram who didn't see that, one, you can go over to YouTube and check out the whole widescreen video. We're currently live over there. But what we saw just now was a WWE 2K game in which the tagline was, "It hit different." Put up the next joint. On April 1st, Sprite announced that they would be releasing Spicy Sprite, right, of Twitter fame.
Right.
It hits. Does it say it hit different or it hits different?
It hits different.
With an S?
Yeah.
It got a hits different. Found out later this is a joke. This was the April Fool's joke put out by Sprite to say they're coming out with Spicy Sprite. But the thing that caught my attention was this is Spicy Sprite of Twitter fame.
Yeah.
WWE 2K, it hits different. If you don't know, the WWE's main demographic is the 18 to 25-year-old white boys. So they use the language of it hits different to attract these white boys. Spicy Sprite of Twitter frame, it hits different. What do these two things have in common? BeMo, why are we looking at these two things? Don't you do ad reviews for creative theory? Yes, but this is not what I'm talking about. I want to ask the larger question. Last few weeks we've been having the conversation. If black is a response, if black is a response to trauma and a culture that we have created to protect ourselves from trauma, what does it mean to erase black culture?
Wow.
If a solution post reparations is radical racelessness, what does it mean to sell black culture?
That's a good question.
So I'm looking at these two things, right? And I work in the ad space, right? So there are times where we are selling parts of the culture, but I have to be honest with you, it's not our culture to sell. It's not even sellable. Okay. It's we just leasing it to this lender at the moment. Right. So the language didn't bother me. What bothered me is quote of Twitter fame. Now, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but Spicy Sprite is a black Twitter thing, right?
Right, definitely.
The recognition. What am I trying to say?
Recognition?
The recognition that McDonald's Sprites hits different. I feel like it's something that was discussed and often discussed on black Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
So then I have a problem when the copy for the ad says of Twitter fame. A few years ago, might have been 2 years ago, Elon Musk got on Saturday Night Live and did a Gen Z language skit, and it was all AAVE. And we discussed that already. But the true question I still want to ask is, if black is this thing and pro-black is this thing, and to be anti-black is one thing, and to be progressive is one thing, what does it mean when we see these things? And what does it mean when we see this erasure happening directly in front of our face? I am both intrigued and infuriated that the language of the future, the language of Gen Z, is actually Ebonics.
Right.
It angers me and excites me because it's like, oh, okay, we'll be recognized in the future, but it also angers me because, we'll be recognized because us using the language will be erased and the majority minority will be using the language and we'll look stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And as my man Q said, the whites have it.
Right.
Put up that last thing for me. And let's read some of these examples.
Oh, Lord.
It's too small.
Let's see. So we got bruh. Do you want me to read the definitions or just
the
word?
Do the people need the definitions?
No, slaps, period, bet, low key, fam, cap, no cap, and finna. That's crazy.
Well, and the last time we talked about this, I said, don't be surprised that Trader Joe's changed their name to Finna. Okay? Because you ain't finna cook. You finna put some shit in the microwave. Let me not stop playing with y'all. Y'all know Trader Joe's is the big ass TV dinner, right? With fresh fruit.
See, now I'm thinking okay, because I'm thinking white people already don't use Ebonics correctly. So then part of me is like, what if they start teaching it as grammar in school in the future? And that's scary. But then that makes me also think that that's something that they have to learn, and it's something that's kind of ingrained within us. We just understand, you know what I mean?
I tried to write a formal sentence, a formal paragraph when I was sending out sending out sponsorship requests, right?
Yeah.
And Grammarly was on my ass. Man, I guess it's been a while since I've actually written in the King's English, right? Man, Grammarly was on my ass.
Yeah.
And I don't know. If they teach Ebonics in school, isn't that what we want?
well, I feel like that could be erasure if it's not done properly. Like you have to teach the history. Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say teach the history and where it actually comes from.
We are going to be erased from. It's already happened. We're looking at this thing. Is the thing still on the screen? Looking at this thing right there where they're saying that Gen Z language is bad. What? So I feel like the erasure is already gonna happen. I don't even know the question to ask. Do we even want to protect Ebonics? Do we claim AAVE? At the same time, we don't have to be unified to do shit. So what do you and I think? What do you and I think? I don't know. It's hard. Maybe because we are of it, it's hard to see above it. It's hard to see around it. It's hard to say. It's hard to relinquish my claim of the language.
Right.
And also relinquishing a claim of the language, being erased from the language, I feel like is a critical loss in the fight for the recognition of blackness.
Yeah.
But do we need to be reckoned? Circles. You're talking in circles, B. Talking in circles. We have to answer a question before we get to the other questions. Do we want to be black?